Hi everyone, this will just be a little quick brief video to show you a little piece of software that I use that if you're a music producer or you basically work with a lot of audio files and you just want to quickly audition them, go through them, especially MIDI files as well, because they can be quite tricky to play you know, in the default way through Windows. I don't know whether I'm presuming this is for Mac as well, but you'll just have to check for yourself. So I'll leave the link to this piece of software you know, in the description. So this is the piece of software. This is it's called Rhysonic audio browser. So this basically it just pulls up the audio files and MIDI files, and what I like about this is you can just go through your sample libraries really quickly, and you know, if you're a music producer you will have a lot of samples, or you should have anyway, and MIDI files as well. So like you've probably got thousands of MIDI files that you don't really know what they're all like because you haven't had time to go through them all. So this is a good way to, you know, go through them. Now when you play the MIDI files in here, it just plays with the general MIDI sounds, but that's a good thing, because if you've got a MIDI file that has a multi-track you know, MIDI arrangement, it'll play with all the instrument sounds, you know, like the drums and the bass and so on. So if before using this, I'd usually just drop a MIDI file into the piano roll in FL Studio, and obviously if you've got a multi-track file, it just overcomplicates the process. You can't just drop it in, you've got to drop it in, select which track you want, and sometimes it's quite nice to hear the MIDI file as a full piece, you know, just really quickly. So I'll show you what I mean. So as you just click on these files, they'll play, and you can use your keyboard, your arrow keys to, you know, quickly go through them as well. So this is a MIDI file of this riff. Differences, if you didn't know already. So this is what I'm showing you. There's just some parts of my old tracks. So that's the MIDI file, obviously just playing as a piano, but it's helpful because when you're auditioning MIDI files, you're just sort of listening for the notes anyway. It's not the sound, because obviously MIDI's not it doesn't contain sound. So it's really quick response as well. So you know, that was another sort of drawback of having to deal with, you know, auditioning lots of sounds, is like loading them in and then listening to them, and then, you know, you don't always know what you want and what sounds good. So like to be able to just quickly browse through your sound library, it's really handy. So, you know, you've got your browser out, you know, your Explorer window down here, you've got your volume here, so if you want to change the sound of it, you've got a looping function as well, which will loop it back round. So, you know, if you just want to listen to loops, like a drum loop, then we get to the end, it'll seamlessly loop. You can change the volume there, some of the controls here, so that's like a temporary thing, and yeah, this is a free piece of software, so I'd highly recommend getting it. It's called Rhysonic Player, Rhysonic Audio Browser. It says, I mean, I downloaded this quite a while ago now, and it was in beta then. They might have updated it since then, but I'm not quite sure. But it's good as it is anyway. So yeah, I hope, if you're a music producer, I think it'll come in really handy, especially also if you're a DJ and you want to audition you know, tracks for sets or anything, and you've got thousands of tracks to go through. This is a really good way of you know, going through. And I suppose another good feature that for that sort of scenario, if you've got a library of tracks in one folder and you're creating a set, you can cut and copy these files into these folders as well. So it does sort of allow you to arrange in this piece of software as well, you know, move files about between the file systems. So yeah, I hope you found that helpful. Right, see ya.